So we're on our fourth yama in the series of 5 yamas. And that particular one is Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya. And it is interpreted in lots of different ways. The traditional interpretation is celibacy. So the modern interpretation is really walking with intent or walking with God. So living your life with the intention of being the best person that you can be, making decisions in your life when you have decisions to make that you consider whether the choice that you make is going to bring you closer to your goals of the highest form of yourself, the goals that you aspire to, or whether they're going to temporarily throw you off your path. So it's walking with intent. So setting perhaps an intention in the morning each day that you're going to move towards that. Maybe it's that your intention is to be less judgmental, or to be more loving, or to be less self-critical, or to be more generous. Whatever your intention might be that in your mind brings you to that highest form of your own being. That you set that intention in the morning, that you try to live up to that. Not that you're not going to slip, but we all don't make choices that don't bring us in the direction we're trying to head in, but to be aware of choices when we make them. Why are we making them, and where is it going to take us? So Brahmacharya is walking with intent. And the same thing is when we practice our yoga practice, to practice it with the intention of whatever it is that you want to achieve. What do you want to get from your yoga practice? Are you here to relieve stress? Are you here to get stronger? Are you here to practice being present for the practice? Whatever it is that your intention is. It might even be that you want to take the strength you gain from these classes and send it out to someone who might need that strength from you, so to share the gifts of yoga with other people just through intention. So something to think about. Brahmacharya, walking with intent, or walking with God if you choose to take that interpretation. So let's think about that as we center ourselves today. So find a nice tall spine, draw your navel in, lift the sternum up, open or close your eyes, totally your choice. And breathe with awareness. So allow the mind to just settle in to whatever you feel as you breathe in and out. Noticing where you feel the breath most. So it could be in the nostrils, in the throat, in the chest, or in the belly. Settling into a smooth and rhythmic breath. So notice what's present to begin with. If you find that it's shallow or choppy, see if you can smooth it out, lengthen it out. And as you allow the mind to focus on the breath, perhaps the chatter in the mind begins to quiet or slow, and the body begins to settle. Letting go of distractions outside, distractions around you, and staying focused on this particular moment. Perhaps choosing an intention for your practice. To be stronger, calmer, more flexible, more graceful, whatever it might be. Settling in on that intention, keeping it in mind, every once in a while drawing it back to the forefront of your mind as we practice. And then moving your awareness to your physical body, making note of any body part that needs extra care. So it might be a joint, a hip, a knee, an ankle, a shoulder. We're practicing with self-care today. So if anything that I ask you to do isn't going to be right for your body today, find an alternative movement. Even if it's no movement at all, even if it's just sitting still and breathing, until we come to something more appropriate for you. Keeping the eyes closed, begin to move. Any way that feels absolutely natural. Eventually coming to stillness, a nice tall spine. Open your eyes. If your eyes are closed, bring your arms down by your sides. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Knees are over the ankles. Arms down by your sides. We will do 4 big sun breaths. So inhale the arms up overhead. Press the palms together. And then turn the palms outward. Float everything down. Let the breath out. And repeat. Inhale, fill up. And exhale. You can exhale through the mouth or the nose, whatever would feel really good. Inhale one more time here, filling up, palms pressed together. Maybe the gaze goes up this time. Exhale, bring everything out. And the last one. So filling up and letting it out. Bring the arms up overhead and interlace the fingers. And then turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Relax the shoulders down. So a nice press of the palms up towards the ceiling, a nice relaxation of the shoulders down from the ears. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, lean over to the right. So you're pressing those palms out to the right, drawing that left shoulder back and breathing. Always being mindful of the intensity of this pose. So you don't want to be so heavily into this lean that you lose your breath. So find a nice comfortable place to pause and breathe. And then inhale back up, keep pressing up towards the ceiling, and then bring that press over to the left wall. The right shoulder draws back, find the right spot. So there's an engagement of the muscles on the left side, and I stretch through the right side. And then inhale back up. As you exhale, bring your palms in towards your heart, round your shoulders. And then inhale, heart lifts. This time as you exhale, press your hands away from you, round your back. And as you inhale, bring those palms into your chest, lift your heart. So this is a modified cat and cow. So a nice undulation of the spine. And then find a vertical spine. Hands down onto your lap. Take a nice breath in, shrug your shoulders up, and on your exhale, sigh it out, mouth open. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale, and let it out. Roll your shoulders backwards. So they can be alternately moving or both at the same time. I like to do it alternately, almost as if I'm doing the backstroke here. Let your head stay relaxed, your neck stay relaxed. Just kind of let things roll. And then pause and bring everything forward. A nice little crawl the length of the pool. I always think of my friend Noreen when I do this. She swims like a mile a day in her pool. That's a lot of swimming. And then everything comes to stillness. One last shrug up on the inhale, exhale, sigh it out. Bring your arms up overhead, and as you exhale, come into a twist to the right. Once you're there, begin to move your head forward and back. Notice any crackling or popping or crunching. So you don't want to move into pain, but you're going to feel or hear probably some little crackles and pops. The next time you look towards your back shoulder, take a nice breath in and nod your chin, relax your shoulders, take 2 breaths. And then bring your chin back to neutral, turn your head towards the front shoulder, same thing, breath in, and an exhale to nod and relax. 2 breaths. Inhale both arms up and take that twist to the other side. So you're twisting to the left. And begin to move the head forward and back. So you might find it very different on this side than the other. The next time you're turned towards the back shoulder, pause. Take a breath in, exhale, nod the chin, relax the shoulders. 2 breaths. Bring your chin back to neutral, turn it forward. Breath in, and relax as you nod. 2 breaths. Inhale, sweep both arms up. We're going to take a forward fold so the feet are rooted down, legs are supporting you. Reach the fingertips forward, lay your torso over your thigh. Let your arms dangle or hold opposite elbows. Let the head nod or gently shake. And maybe you roll your shoulders here or sway a little bit, whatever feels good. 2 big breaths here. And if you're holding your elbows, let go. Sweep your arms wide, bring yourself all the way up. And then bring your arms out to the side, shoulder height, thumbs pressing back, shoulder blades moving towards each other. So you're opening up through the front of the chest. We're going to tap our shoulders 10 times. So here's 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Keep the hands on the shoulders, bring the elbows together. Here's 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Forearms up, and then extend and tap, extend, tap. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Take the left elbow, stack it over the right, find eagle arms. And then take that right leg up and over, squeeze your legs together. Nice breath in, exhale, tuck the chin, pull across the back by pulling your armpits away from each other. And then decide whether or not you stay upright or fold into baby eagle here. So seated baby eagle, squeezing the legs together, chin stays tucked, big breath, 2 of them into the back body. And then bring yourself back up. unwrap everything and then reverse. So you're going to take the right elbow on top of the left here to find your eagle arms. Take your left leg up, cross it over and squeeze. So the legs squeeze together, the armpits pull apart, the chin tucks. Choose to stay up or fold. And then 2 big breaths. Make them nice and long and full. And then bring yourself up. And unwrap, shake it out. And then come to stillness. So the feet are on the ground. We're going to work into our abdominals here. So find a nice tall spine. Engage those abdominals. Imagine these hip points drawing in towards each other, stabilizing you through the core here. And we're going to take opposite knee and elbow together 10 times. So here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great. Arms down by your sides. We'll extend the leg and the arm, same side, 10 times. So really press out through your heel, reach with your arm forward. Here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great. Let's bring our legs far apart here. Bring our arms out to the side. So we're going to do some alternate toe touches. Something different for today. We're really going to keep that core engaged. So we're going to take the left arm down, touch the right toes, and come back up. And then we're going to go to the other side. We're going to do 5 on each side. Here's the second. And here's the third. And the fourth. And the last one, here's the 5th. Great job. Bring your feet back together. Well, keep them about the length of the width of your chair and begin to do some circles with your torso right from your hip creases. Keep your spine nice and long if you can, kind of drawing the shoulders back as you rotate here. And then reverse direction. They can be slow circles, fast circles, little circles, big circles. And then bring yourself back to stillness, a nice tall spine. Bring your feet a little closer together. We're going to do 5 rounds of seated sun salutation. So the feet are about hip width distance, maybe a little wider if you're more comfortable that way. Arms down by your sides. We'll do 3 plain as always, 2 with twists, if those twists are right for you. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale into cactus. Inhale, a little lean forward. Exhale, glide your hands over your knees down to your ankles. Let your head turn down. Inhale, find length. So the arms lengthen, shoulders draw back, and the heart reaches forward. Keep that abdomen engaged. Draw the navel in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep out and up, back to the beginning as you exhale back to mountain. Inhale up and exhale into cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, find length, and exhale, fold. Inhale, root down to rise. So those legs are active as you come up and back to the beginning. One more, plain. Inhale up, exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, find length, and fold. Reverse, bring it up. Back to the beginning, and we'll add the twists. So the arms come up, exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, left hand down, right arm out to the side, rotate to the right. Bring it back down, switch sides, rotate to the left. Inhale, back down, exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, energize those legs, sweep the arms out, come back up, back to the beginning, last one. Inhale up, and exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale down. Inhale, find length. And exhale, fold. Inhale. Whoops, I'm gonna do a twist. Left hand down, right arm out. I'm getting ahead of myself. Switch sides and rotate left. Bring it back down and fold. Sweep the arms out, bring it up, back to the beginning. Hands press against the sternum, thumbs right there at your heart. And just breathe and notice the impact of these seated motions. So who said doing yoga in a chair couldn't energize you, right? It can. So you might feel that energy moving, you might feel your body a little bit warming, you might feel the heart beating a little more quickly. So just take a few breaths, center everything, calm everything down before we do our 20 stand-up sit down. And then open your eyes and bring your opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Maybe walk your feet slightly back so they're not in front of your knees. Have the distance between your feet a comfortable distance so that when you stand up and sit down, you feel supported. And if you need to take a break, go ahead and do that. Here's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Here's 9, and 10. Take your bottom hand and put it on top for 11, and 12, and 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, 17, and 18, and 19, and the last one. And have a seat. Nice breath in. Big breath out. Oh, that's good. And then we'll stand up. We'll do our joint rotations. So find a mountain pose behind your chair. It'll face you so you can see me. Find mountain pose. So from the feet all the way up to the crown of the head, just first find those roots, bottom of your feet, and wiggle around outer edge of your foot. Find that steadiness where the weight of the body's balanced over the ball and heel of your feet. Lift your sternum, roll your shoulders up and back. Relax the arms down. Close your eyes for just a breath. And feel the balance of this posture, the strength of this mountain pose. And then open your eyes and bring the weight into the right leg. We're going to step back onto the left toes and roll over them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And reverse 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Left foot down, right foot back. Roll for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Big toes come together, heels apart, knees together, hands above them. Circle those knees for 1, then 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hands walk up the legs separate, knees stay soft. Then we circle our hips for 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep the feet as they are, relax the arms, and start your standing waterfalls as you rotate the torso. The arms are kind of as fluid as water, just kind of following the movement of the torso. And then come to stillness. Let the torso stop. Let the arms settle. Take your feet a little wider, turn your toes a little further out. We're going to come into our goddess. So starting in gentle goddess, arms are overhead. We'll sink 5 times, then we'll hold on the 5th. So here is 1 and 2, 3 and 4. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up and step the feet together. Arms down by your sides. Take your left foot, cross it over your right, and bring your arms up overhead. Your right hand grabs your left wrist, and we lean to the right. Relax the shoulders, breathe into the left side body, into the left lung. And then switch sides, unwrap the feet, release the arms. Take the right foot across the left. And then let the left hand grab the right wrist, relax the shoulders, and lean to the left. Breathe into the right. And then unwrap everything and let it go. So we're going to march today. Marching is so good for you. It gets your weight onto one side. So we're going to lift opposite legs, just legs to start 10 times on each side, then we'll add the arms. Start with whatever leg comes naturally. Lift as high as you can comfortably go. Try not to rush. So here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Excellent. So now we'll add opposite arms. So whichever arm and leg you want to start with, I will count. Here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Well done. So now we will come into our tree. Our beautiful, beautiful trees. They are so beautiful. Bring your weight into the right side. Come onto the toes of the left and find a rotation for that left knee. Decide if your toes stay down or come up. Hands at the heart or overhead. Find a drishti, a point of focus. Connect with your breath. And then turn that knee forward. Step out of your tree. Kick it out if that's right. And then come into the other side. Weight will be on the left side nice and tall. Come onto the toes of the right and find the rotation. Toes down or up. Foot up, Toes down, whatever works. Hands at the heart or overhead. Find that drishti and connect to your breath. And then turn that knee forward, step out of your tree, and move, shake. We're going to do a dancing warrior series that will begin with star pose. So we're going to take our chairs off the mat and find star. So the feet are wider than the hips, arms are up overhead, and then kind of out like a Y. So here we are in star pose. Relax your shoulders, engage your core. Turn your left toes out. You can step a little further out if you like to come into warrior two. So the hips are open. The front knee is over or behind the ankle. Arms are reaching. You might imagine someone's holding each hand and just kind of pulling you. So you feel the stretch right to the middle of your back. Look over the left middle finger. Settle down. And as you take your next breath, lift off the waist so get taller. Relax the shoulders. Flip the front hand, reach forward, finding length in that left side. And then reverse your warrior. Left arm up, right arm down. Maybe the gaze goes up or not. Shoulders relax. Exhale back to warrior two. The front arm, left arm, forearm to the thigh. And the right arm up towards the ceiling, or if it's right for you in your shoulder, reach so that you have a nice straight line from the right fingers to the outer right foot. Heart stays open. You can work this a little harder if you want by extending that left arm forward. And then bring yourself back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Bring your hands to your hips to start. We're going to ease our way into triangle here. So take a nice breath in as you exhale, bend into that left knee. And then straighten it. Exhale, lean the torso over that front leg. Inhale back up. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, lengthen it. Exhale, lean. Inhale back up. And exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten it. And exhale, lean. So from this lean, you can come right into a full triangle by taking the bottom arm, let it hang directly from your shoulders towards the floor. Take the top arm and reach it up to the ceiling. Try not to let your head dip down. Try to have a nice straight line from the tip of your head to your tail. And then bend into that front leg. Back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, turn your toes forward, come back into star. Beautiful. And then take your right toes, turn them out. Find the distance that works right on this side to come into warrior two. So the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat or slightly turned forward. Find that comfortable place for you. Relax your shoulders, lift off the waist on an inhale, look over the right fingertips. And then flip the front hand, reach it forward, create that length through the right side body, and then reverse. Relax the shoulders. Come back to warrior two. Coming into side angle, so the front arm to the front thigh, back arm up or extended. Again, you can stay right here. Try not to be holding yourself up with this hand. It's just resting on your thigh, or maybe you reach it forward. And then come back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, bring your hands to your hip. Exhale, bend into the front leg. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, a little lean. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, lean. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lean. This time when we lean, you'll hold here. Your hands can stay right at your hips if that's better for you, or you can let your bottom arm just go straight down from your shoulder, your top arm kind of in the same line, reaching towards the ceiling. Head stays in line with the tailbone, so you're not dipping your head. And then bend into that front leg, bring yourself back up to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, turn your feet forward, come back into star. Beautiful. Hands to the hips, nice breath in. Exhale, glide your hands towards your ankles. So your sitting bones press back and lift up, creating a little more of a pelvic tilt here. Relax the shoulders, bobble the head. And you might bend into the left leg, straighten the right, kind of move from side to side, getting that nice stretch in the inner thigh. Pausing in the center, bringing your hands down to the ground, right underneath your face, your nose. Keep the left hand down, rotate to the right. Same thing that we do in the chair, in our twists, in our sun salutations. Bring yourself back down, switch hands, and take that rotation to the left. Bring it back down, fold all the way, and then come to lift halfway. Arms lengthen, heart reaches forward. Hands come to the legs, walk your hands up your legs as you bring yourself back up. Nice. Step your feet together. And then find mountain pose at the top of your mat. So those feet are rooting, the heart is lifting, the shoulders are relaxed. Inhale the arms up overhead, and as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a long spine, and exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. Step one foot back, lower the knee, and then bring the other knee back to meet it. Hands are flat or fisted, your choice. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, and the knees are underneath the hips. Front of the head is reaching forward, tailbone's reaching back, and the navel's drawing into the spine. So a nice neutral tabletop, and from here we'll move into cat and cow. So the tailbone turns up, the belly drops slightly as the heart and the gaze lift, and then the tailbone turns down and forward as that arch ripples up the back. Shoulder blades press up and the crown of the head turns down. So it's just this beautiful undulation. I like to lead it with my tail. It's a nice way to begin and kind of let that arch kind of move up the spine. Eventually coming to a neutral tabletop. Take your right leg back and float it about hip height. And then let that leg float over to the left. Look over your left shoulder towards that right foot. So a little bit of balance here. You can stay with both hands where they are. Bring that right hand towards your left hand, or bring it to the outside of your left hand as you continue to gaze over the left shoulder. And then bring the hands and the knees back to their original place. Take your left leg back, float it up. And then let that left foot float to the right. Look over the right shoulder towards it. Again, you have a choice. Stay with your hands as they are. Bring your left hand closer to your right hand, or bring your left hand to the outside of your right hand. And then bring everything back to table. And then kind of walk yourself back, come up onto your knees. We're going to do 3 rounds of kneeling sun salutation. So roll your shoulders up and back, find kneeling mountain. And then inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, sink the hips, bring the hands to the mat, forehead to the mat, child pose. Inhale to tabletop, and as you exhale, curl your toes under, send your hips up and back to down dog. Inhale the knees back down, and exhale, sink the hips back to the heels. Keep the arms reaching overhead as you come back up, and then back to the beginning. That's 1. We'll do 2 more rounds of these. Inhale up, exhale into child, hips sink. Hands reach forward, touch the mat, forehead touches. Inhale back to tabletop. Exhale, curl the toes under, send the hips up and back. Inhale back to table. And exhale back to child. Inhale, bring it all the way back. Back to the beginning. Last 1. Inhale the arms up. Exhale into child. Inhale to table. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to table. Exhale to child. Inhale, bring it back up. Arms back by your sides. So we're coming into a modified camel. A nice arch in the upper back is what we're seeking here. So roll the shoulders up and back. Shoulder blades draw together. Hands come to the top of your buttocks here. Fingers pointing down. Elbows towards each other. Imagine you're pressing your thighs into a wall in front of you. And so you're getting this arch into the thoracic spine, the upper back. You can keep your head neutral, or you can step it back. Keep pressing forward with those thighs. Keep spreading those hands, getting nice breath through the low back. And bring the arch into the upper back, drawing the elbows together and the shoulder blades together. And so come out of here, just let your buttocks go down to your heels. We're gonna fold right into embryo pose. Forehead will touch the mat or a block or something higher than the mat if that's necessary. Hands come back to the feet. Maybe you grab the outer edges of your feet, relax the shoulders down and breathe. And then walk your hands forward, come back into tabletop, and just draw your right knee forward or left. Bring the hip down, turn yourself around. So we're coming into Dandasana or staff pose. So the legs are engaged, the feet are flexed. Roll the shoulders up and back, shoulder blades together, hands by your hips, hip points turning slightly down, 2 breaths. And then take your right leg, walk that right foot back towards your buttocks to the degree that it will go. Now, if this is comfortable enough for you, you can stay here. If you can take that right leg up and over, kind of crossing it over to the outside of the left leg. So wherever you are is just fine. And then take that left hand behind you, wrap the right around your right leg and take a twist to the left. Try to maintain that nice straight spine. So you're pressing the upper ribs towards the heart. Not forcing into this twist, let the rotation happen above the navel into the ribs and shoulders. And then take that back arm up, sweep it around that right leg, take that right arm up and bring it around behind you. We're taking the twist to the other side. So remember, your right foot can be on this other side of the left leg if that's more appropriate for you. So we're rotating, keeping a nice tall spine, pressing the back ribs towards your heart. Keeping the navel drawn in and rotating through the ribs. Bringing yourself forward and uncrossing your legs. Draw that left leg in as close as you can comfortably go. You can stay right here or take that left foot and cross it over the right leg. Take your right leg behind you, wrap your left arm around your left leg and rotate to the left, to the right. And then sweep that right arm forward, wrap the left leg and sweep that left arm behind you, coming into that rotation in the other direction. Bring everything forward, extend both legs, and then spread your legs nice and wide. So we did this in the chair. We're going to do it seated. Engage your legs, bring your arms out to the side. We're going to reach for opposite toes. So here is 1. We'll do it 5 times. And 2. And 3. And 4. And last one, 5. Come back to center. We're going to walk our hands forward. You might not fold too far. There are yogis that can get their torso flat down onto the mat. Maybe you can do that. That would be lovely. But for me, it is not quite that much. Another way you can do this to help is to take a block or a book and kind of rest your hands a little higher than the mat. Try to draw your shoulders back, keep your back nice and long and straight. A couple of breaths. And then bring yourself back up, bring your legs together, and we will find our way onto our back slowly or at whatever pace works for you. So if you want to do it nice and slowly with me, working your core, engage your legs, flex your toes, fold up an imaginary tray. And then lower to the count from 10 to 1. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make a nice full body stretch once you get there. And then get longer on your right side, then on your left, just kind of wiggle back and forth. And then both arms up, both legs down, nice breath in, exhale, knees into your chest, a nice squeeze. Maybe a little rotation or rocking or circling, whatever feels good into that low back, that sacral area. So you can circle your knees as if you're drawing circles on the ceiling. You can rock. I like to kind of just toss my knees from side to side, catching them with my hands. And then keep your knees right in the center. Take your right leg and extend it down to the bottom of the mat. Take your right hand onto your left knee and your left arm out like a wing. And then roll on to your right hip. Just encourage that right leg or left leg towards the ground. Probably won't get there, but just let it fall as far as it can while you're keeping your shoulders on the mat. So if you find that you're kind of flipping up, see if you can bring your leg back. Keep your shoulders relaxed on the mat. Then bring yourself back up, both legs in, and then extend the left leg. Left hand on the right thigh, right arm out like a wing. Big breath in and an exhale. Roll to your left hip. Maybe your gaze looks to the right. So that right knee probably won't get to the ground, it might. But if you find your shoulder lifting, just as you did on the other side, see if you can reconnect it. And then bring everything back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your feet down onto the mat and take your left ankle onto your right thigh. So in reclined pigeon, give a little press to that left thigh. And decide whether or not lifting that right foot off the ground would feel good today. Wrapping the hands behind the right thigh, maybe extending the right foot to the ceiling. Or maybe not, maybe you just let that shin hang freely. Continue to press that left thigh away with your left elbow. So don't let it collapse into you. You can rock in this pigeon pose or not. Try to stay relaxed in the jaw. You might wheel it, relax your shoulders. The tension creeps into our bodies in a very sneaky way, so just kind of explore for that. Bring that right foot down. If it's lifted, take the left foot back down to the ground and switch sides. So the right ankle will come to the left thigh. Give that right thigh a little press away. And as you do, just notice if your hips are, if your sitting bones are kind of uneven, you want them to be even to the bottom of the mat. So as you press that right thigh away, try not to let your whole pelvis turn. So you're really getting that opening through the hip. And you can stay right here, left foot grounded or lifted off the ground. Wrap the thigh, relax the shoulders, let the shin hang freely, kind of relaxed down to the ground or extend it up. Option to rock. And if that left leg is lifted, let it come down to the ground. Bring the right foot down next to it. We're going to come into a bridge, supported or not, your choice. If you're going to do supported, find your block. If you're going to not support the bridge, then just get into the same posture. Our feet are close to our buttocks, knees are over the ankles, arms are down by our sides. So if you're using the block, have it nearby. For everyone, turn your pubic bone up towards your navel, flatten your back on the mat, and then peel from the base of the spine up. Use your legs to help press your hip points up to the ceiling. You can put that block underneath your sacrum at the height that works for you. Or you can rock your shoulders, rock your torso and tuck your shoulders, interlace your fingers, press into the mat with your upper arms, and lift the hip points as well as the heart up towards the ceiling. Excuse me. So your legs are quite active here. And even if you're using a supported bridge, if you're using that block, keep your legs active, reach your tailbone down towards the back of your knees, lengthen through the spine, and breathe into your heart. And so to release, if there's a block there, lift your hips, remove the block, release your hands if they're interlaced, and then lay your spine down one vertebra at a time from the top to the tail. Once everything lands, bring the bottoms of your feet together, let your knees splay open. I like to use blocks under my thighs in this posture. My hips are happy when I do that. I can relax more fully into the posture, but you might have nice open hips, so you might just kind of let your knees splay open in this reclined butterfly. Bring your hands to your belly, maybe one to your heart and one to your belly. And just breathe. And then without changing your foot position, your soles of your feet are still together. Lift your feet and reach for your feet or your ankles, maybe your big toes. Or maybe you wrap the outside of your legs and hug your thighs, or wherever is most comfortable for you, so that you're not curling up. Your tailbone is kind of extending towards the bottom of the mat. Your entire spine is just kind of lying beautifully on the mat. We're in happy baby. You can be still here. You can be dead bug. That kind of creeps me out. So I like to be a happy baby. Nice extended leg, maybe, or both legs. I might rock. And then bring your legs together. Stack your hands under your tailbone. Float your legs up to the ceiling. Here we are in Viparita Karani, that beautiful ending pose that I tend to bring you to most classes. Because it's a beautiful way to end your practice, I think. Floating the legs up, letting the blood flow freely back to the heart and the lungs, into the thyroid, back into the brain. Feeding us, hoping to get the blood that needs to be recycled back to the lungs and heart. And you can hang out here if you like for Shavasana. Shavasana being that posture where we can really let go and be still. So find the posture that works best for you to achieve that stillness. Once you get there, take a nice big breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Feel the support of the mat beneath all the touch points of your body, the heels, the calves, the buttocks, the shoulders, the back of the head. And as we rest in Shavasana, might reflect back to the intention that you may have set for your practice. Or perhaps reflect on habitual desires or impulses that you might have throughout the day. Ask yourself, does this desire reflect a moment towards my highest goals, or does it take me temporarily off course? So it's just bringing an awareness to actions throughout the day. Setting an intention. To help guide you towards whatever goal you might be seeking. More joy, less judgment, more freedom. You might allow your awareness to come back to your breath, letting each new breath be fuller than the breath before and each new breath out a little more complete. Bringing awareness to your physical body, wiggling fingers or toes, circling ankles or wrists, or letting the head gently drift from side to side. And if it would feel good to take a nice full body stretch, go ahead and reach the arms overhead, extend the legs long, take the biggest, fullest breath of the day, fill all the way up. And then let it go. Hug your knees into your chest as you release that breath. Give yourself a squeeze of thanks for carving this time out to practice, to focus on yourself, what is good for you. Rolling to one side or staying on your back. Just checking in and seeing what might have shifted or changed through the practice today, mentally or physically. What might have opened or expanded, freed itself up a little bit in your body. Finding one small thing that you can take off your mat out into your day. Perhaps it is that approach of life by setting an intention, by being very mindful and intent and purposeful in your actions during the day. And we'll all slip here and there. Setting something you can come back to. Leaving one small thing behind, a thought that doesn't serve you, that just weighs you down. And as you feel ready to end your practice, find your way to a comfortable seat. And once you are seated, bring your hands to your hearts. We bring our hands to our hearts, reminding us to fill our hearts with kindness and compassion, and to our lips, reminding us to speak words of kindness and compassion. To our third eye, reminding us to expand our thoughts of kindness and compassion towards ourselves as well as others. And in honor of the light that shines in each one of us, the light that unites us all, we bow and say namaste.